Dear viewers, welcome back to the analysis of Yoleno TV. Musalia Mudavadi is facing another hurdle in his dream of becoming the Prime Cabinet Secretary. You remember that William Samoei Ruto stayed true to his promise of making Musalia Mudavadi a Prime CS. But as you know, a Prime CS is not anchored in the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. And for that reason, it is posing a very, very big challenge for the vetting process to start. Because if you look at the arrangement of the first people to be interviewed, then Musalia Mudavadi is placed at number 1. So Minority Leader OPIYO Wandayi posed a challenge to Moses Wetangula, asking Moses Wetangula whether the vetting will be in the capacity of a Prime CS. And if they will be vetting a Prime CS, and where is it anchored in the Constitution? That sent Moses Wetangula to the drawing board. It will be noted that in the 2007-2008 election, Raila Amolo Odinga was the Prime Minister. If you look at the roles of the Prime Minister and the roles that have been anchored in the Prime Cabinet Secretary position, the roles are almost the same. But the only difference with this new role is that Prime Cabinet Secretary will be answerable to the Deputy President and the President. But the Prime Minister had almost the similar roles of the President. It was like a government that was being led by two gentlemen. That was Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga back then. And you know, that was as a result of that truce that was brokered by Kofi Annan, the UN chairperson. But now the late, may God rest his soul in eternal peace. Back to Musalia Mudavadi's case. Before you go further about this case of Musalia Mudavadi, please take a moment and subscribe to this channel if you're a first-time viewer. And I also like to say thank you so much for those who've been supporting us until this level. Now, Musalia Mudavadi might be forced to wait longer. Probably, a law has to be enacted that will give direction to that post that William Samoei Ruto created outside the Constitution. It is not possible for Moses Wetangula, who is heading that appointment committee, to now continue with that vetting process of Musalia Mudavadi. Mind you, the vetting will be for CS. There'll be vettings for permanent secretaries, be vetting for, some Attorney General. And, Attorney General has been reserved for the former Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi. So those vettings will be conducted, even for the Secretary of the Cabinet Ministers. It will also be conducted. Because that post is assumed that the last time it was held by a person, it was in the year 2013. But then Joseph Kinyo has been acting in that capacity, doubling up as one. So the point of focus is on Musalia Mudavadi. And I'm seeing a scenario where Musalia Mudavadi might be forced to wait longer. Probably, more than even, another 1 week. Because I don't think, Monday, that is the day that the vetting process is supposed to start. And today is Friday. So if today is Friday and Monday is just 2 days away, that is now tomorrow is a weekend. The day after tomorrow is also a weekend. Now the time to enact this law, to pass it, that is a problem that I think the OPIYO Wandayi decided to throw to the Kenya Kwanza government to think about that. They did not enact a law that would accommodate the Prime Cabinet Secretary into the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. So this looks like a gentleman's agreement. I think the easiest way would be to now treat it like a chief CS, like the way the former chief CS, the Minister for Interior, assumed. And you know who that person is. I don't even have to bring the name here. But Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta decided to appoint that position without taking it to the parliament. It was just a creation of a position, that a position that was just created by the president, but it was not anchored in the constitutional republic or in the Republic of Kenya's constitution. It would have come through the BBI, but you remember William Samoei Ruto is one of those people who fought against the BBI, saying that the BBI was introducing positions. A thing that we find, strange, because now the government that is being put in place, it is all about positions, and the prime cabinet secretary is just a position. When the Kenya Kwanza government Kenya Kwanza team were campaigning, they said that they only formed the government with the mama mbogas, with the border borders. But what we are seeing is something contrary to that. We are seeing positions being created to favor those people who campaigned. Meaning that the point that I'm trying to drive here is that the Kenya Kwanza government is not different from any other government that has been created to award positions to the leaders. What is being done is awarding of positions to the leaders. You have seen the case of Aisha Juma, and we talked about it in our previous analysis, that some of those cases, some of his corruption case had to be dropped so that she could be nominated, so she could be approved successfully. So the question that we posed to the Nurdin Haji team is that, why is it that the other people who were accused with Aisha Juma's, their case had not been dropped? Why is it that it was selective? That law was applied selectively to Aisha Juma only? Then what about the rest? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there, but I was just asking whether Musalia Mudavadi the vetting of Musalia Mudavadi will still take place, owing to the fact that the position is not anchored in the law. And if the vetting will be done, he will be vetted in which capacity? As a minister for a certain position, or as a prime cabinet secretary. So that's what OPIYO Wandayi, the minority leader under the Azimio One Kenya Alliance banner, threw as a challenge to the Moses Wetangula-led appointment committee. So, ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel if you're a first-time viewer. But if you're a regular viewer also subscribe, please also take a moment and subscribe. And once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for supporting our channel to this far. Thank you so much for being with us. It is because of you that the channel has grown to this level. So I'd like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed, ladies and gentlemen.